Zombie ass. Toilet of the Dead is a flick with a chick who kicks ass. Megumi, played by the awesome Arisa Nakamura. The interesting part is that the ass kicks back, and packs a bang too. I don't know Japanese, but I first saw this without any subtitles, and still enjoyed it thoroughly. So I was not too sure if it is alien ass turning into zombie ass that a scientist, doctor and the assistant investigate, or they develop some mutant ass that turn into zombie ass because they are plain evil. I'm also not sure what's upsetting our heroine, whose karate is so good that she can fly. Okay, the flying might not be karate, but you have to see it to believe it. What I'm sure of is that the tons of CGI blood and shit could never pack in so much fun anywhere else. Zombies rising from a pool of shit may sound like the worst of bad taste, but a similar scene is in the Oscar-winning Slumdog Millionaire. So there, Noboru Iguchi knows exactly when scatological jokes may get boring. After all, it's his bread and butter. So, at just the right time, he cranks up the action. Okay, it is still scatological, but it gets even funnier. Cronenberg and Burroughs would be proud of this sci-fi horror, but Zombie Ass just wants to be fun and nothing matter. Iguchi even throws in a clear nod to the human centipede in all the craziness. And when the alien queen shows up, the shit just hits sky. Batshit crazy doesn't even begin to cover it. Go watch it, have a laugh. It all starts with an innocent camping trip quickly spirals into a fecal nightmare when our merry band of high school stereotypes encounters the unholy fusion of parasites and the undead. The plot, if you can call it that, follows Megumi and her friends as they fight poo-covered undead coming out of an outhouse. Talk about being caught with your pants down. This film isn't good because of its story or its narrative coherence. It's good because it gleefully abandons it all completely. 1 minute it's about bullying and teenage problems, the next a wannabe model is eating parasitic worms to lose weight, and then there are zombies crawling backward like crabs. It's cinematic whiplash, but delivered in the best possible way. For a film with ass in the title, the characters are surprisingly well drawn. Megumi isn't just a karate-kicking heroine. She's dealing with the trauma of her sister's suicide. Her journey from grief-stricken student to airborne zombie slayer is strangely compelling. The other characters seem like typical stereotypes at first, the vain beauty, the nerdy guy, the reckless dude. But each gets a moment under sun, a time to shine, or in this case, splatter. The eccentric doctor Tanaka deserves a special mention. His disturbing fascination with parasites and their zombie hosts adds the mad scientist trope, making the chaos reach perfection. Is he making these monsters for science? For fun? For art? Who cares? It's all part of the gloriously unhinged experience. The practical effects in this film are amazing. From exploding heads to projectile vomiting, from giant anal worms to fart-powered flight, Iguchi throws everything at the screen with reckless abandon. The low-budget look doesn't hurt the film, it makes it better, giving it that DIY charm that made films like Evil Dead 2 so great. That scene where Maki unleashes a fart so powerful it contains an image of the devil, pure cinematic gold. The spit roast kill scene. It'll be burned into your retinas for years to come. And don't get me started on the Japanese schoolgirl fighting a zombie with her titty hanging out. It's exactly the kind of crazy visual that makes this film a unique experience. That said, beneath all the scatological humour and over-the-top gore, there's actually some cultural commentary as well. The film touches on bullying, body image and societal pressures, particularly through Maki's desperate attempt to lose weight by consuming a tapeworm. It's a grotesque exaggeration of real-life beauty standards that somehow works both as comedy and as criticism. The tapeworm diet wasn't just invented for the film, it was an actual fad diet at one point. By incorporating this real-world absurdity into the film's already bonkers premise, Iguchi creates a weird mirror that reflects our own bizarre societal norms back at us. Who knew a film called Zombie Ass could be so thought-provoking? Okay, Thought-provoking might be stretching it, but still. Just when you think the film can't get any more outrageous, the third act cranks everything up to 11 with what can only be described as an Aliens meets Ultraman on a toilet finale. The creature design in the climax is a bizarre fusion of H.R. Geiger aesthetics and bathroom humour that somehow works perfectly within the film's established insanity. In the hands of a lesser filmmaker, this might have felt like a desperate attempt to top all the previous madness. But Iguchi, with his background in adult filmmaking and splatter movies, knows exactly how to escalate the chaos while keeping the audience engaged. It's the perfect culmination of everything that came before. Disgusting, hilarious and weirdly satisfying, zombie-ass toilet of the dead isn't for everyone. If you're easily offended, have a weak stomach, or want films with normal stories, stay far, far away. But if you're a fan of cult cinema, appreciate the artistry of practical effects. And don't mind watching characters battle the undead while covered in excrement, then this might be your new favourite midnight movie. In the pantheon of bizarre Japanese horror comedies, this one stands tall, or squats low, depending on your perspective. It's a reminder that cinema can still surprise us, disgust us, and make us laugh out loud at the sheer audacity of it all. As Noboru Iguchi proves with every frame of this film, sometimes the path to cinematic immortality is paved with blood, guts, and yes, a whole lot of shit. Is this batshit crazy? Absolutely. But is it worth watching? Without a doubt.